What I'm gonna speak on is the thing that's on my mind the most. You know what I'm saying? The thing that we all gotta deal with every day, but don't really know. The industry. The industry. Man, it's not the same. Doesn't have to do with talent, it's about playing the game. The industry. Real niggas is dying to get in. The industry, just to find they don't fit in. The industry ain't what it used to be. The industry's trying to control the way you MC. They want you to dress like this and talk like that. But I'm going dress like this and talk with the bat.
Let's chat about how anyone who tried to spill the beans on Diddy and Jay-Z ended up in deep trouble or got slapped with the crazy label, and now no one gives them the time of day. So the legendary DMX was one of those brave souls who supposedly tried to call out Diddy for messing with and mistreating his artists, and Jay-Z for being in cahoots with the big shots. Now, fast forward to Jaguar Wright's recent interview spilling the tea on Diddy and Jay-Z. According to her, Jay-Z takes the cake for being even worse than Diddy. Apparently, there's a whole bunch of messed up and shady stuff that Mr. Sean Carter allegedly did to climb his way to the top. Let's start with X and his difficult story, and then his venture into the music industry is going to make more sense. DMX, born on December 18, 1970, in Mount Vernon, New York, wasn't dealt the easiest hand. His folks were Arnett Simmons, 19, and Joe Barker, 18. DMX was the middle kid, with an older sister, Bonita, and later a sister named Shayla, and sadly, 2 stillborn brothers. Barker, his dad, did watercolor paintings of street scenes in Philly to make a living. In his early days, DMX faced violence from his mom and dealt with bronchial asthma. He grew up as a Jehovah's Witness, but ditched it after an accident messed him up. At 5, his mom sent him to live with relatives in Yonkers. After taking a beating from his mom, he got kicked out of middle school at 10 and ended up in a group home. It is said that his mom beat him up so badly that she knocked out 2 of his teeth with a broomstick. At 15, he was back in Yonkers, crashing in empty storage bins and rolling with stray dogs. Thanks to bad grades, DMX couldn't stick with the track and field team at Yonkers Middle High School. Broke as a joke, he resorted to robbing classmates for food, clothes, and even a leather collar and harness for his dog. Soon enough, he started jacking cars. In the early days, back in 1985, DMX kicked off his career by beatboxing for a local rapper called Ready Ron. They did these small gigs where Ron rapped, and DMX provided the beatbox and ad-libs.
This guy, Ready Ron, I mean, he was like an older brother to me. And he would rap, and I would do the beatbox.
After a bit, DMX noticed Ron was hogging the spotlight, so he decided to switch things up and started rapping himself. That's when he adopted the name DMX, first standing for Divine Master of the Unknown, and later flipping to Darkman X. After serving a 2-year stretch for carjacking, DMX got into the lyric writing game and performed at the local rec center for the kids. Locked up again in '88, this time for the same carjacking, he went all in on penning lyrics and battling other inmates. He even cooked up a style called Spellbound, where he spelled out each word letter by letter, facing off with future rival K-Solo. Fast forward to 1991, DMX hit up the Stretch Armstrong and Bobby Doe show, dropping a freestyle that got him some props in the Source's unsigned hype column. He kept grinding with mixtapes, and by 1992, he got picked up by the then unknown Rough Riders Entertainment. Columbia Records jumped on the bandwagon, signing DMX to Chaos Records and Rough House Records. But when his debut single Born Loser didn't blow up like they hoped, he got the boot from Rough House and went solo. In January '94, Death Row Records tried to snag DMX in a joint venture with Rough Riders, but that plan never went down.
I even heard they was trying to sign DMX.
I'm pretty sure of that. I don't remember that specifically, but I'm pretty sure of that, because when X was before he signed to Def Jam, when he was on the market, pretty much everybody wanted to sign him. Like, the whole industry, really.
Tupac was in the midst of filming his legendary Hoops and Hood flick, Above the Rim, still rolling with Interscope Records. Now here's where it gets interesting. Pac links up with Suge Knight in New York, way before their Death Row era. Suge had previously roped Pac into dropping a track for the Murder Was the Case soundtrack, and coughed up $200K for the joint Life So Hard. Although the original track didn't see the light of day, Tupac and Snoop reworked it. Suge, on his mission to assemble a hip-hop dream team, also sits down with Irv Gotti and the Rough Riders to sign DMX, Swizz Beatz, and crew to Death Row Records. The Rough Rider founders spilled the tea, saying they were close to sealing the deal, but the terms didn't favor them. They were worried their artists might get the short end of the stick, with Rough Rider producers mainly pumping out beats for West Coast artists instead of focusing on their Yonkers team. Swizz Beatz chimes in, sharing how Suge Knight tried to strong-arm them into a deal. You can see a snapshot of Tupac and Suge Knight with the Rough Riders in '94, although DMX isn't in the pic. Word is, Death Row tried to snatch them up again in '95, even flying them out to an LA hotel where Pac was supposed to chat with DMX about East Coast drama. Imagine if this meeting had gone down. The '90s music scene could have witnessed Death Row becoming even more of a powerhouse. Signing DMX and the Rough Riders would have fit right in with Death Row's plan to launch Death Row East in '97. Eric B. was set to be the president, and Craig Mack and Boot Camp Click were lined up as the first signings. But here's the twist. Tupac never made it downstairs for that meeting. He was knee-deep in other discussions, possibly preventing this mega collaboration. DMX would later throw shade at Tupac in freestyles and unreleased tracks in '96. Those same lyrics would find their way into DMX's '98 banger Get At Me Dog, with the Tupac lines swapped out. Was DMX just craving attention, or did he feel a bit snubbed because Pac didn't roll down to the hotel lobby? Whatever the case, Rough Riders probably dodged a bullet, but the dream team of DMX, Irv Gotti, Swizz Beatz, and Pac on Death Row would have been pure fire. Let's break down DMX's journey through the late '90s and early 2000s. So, after grinding in the industry for 2 years, his buddy Irv Gotti scored the gig as the president of A&R at Def Jam Recordings. Thanks to a showcase for then-President Lyor Cohen, DMX inked a deal with Def Jam in May 1997. Fast forward to 1998 to 2000, where DMX was on a roll. From April '97 to January '98, he was in the studio cooking up tracks for his debut album. Meanwhile, his appearances on Mace's 24 Hours to Live, Take What's Yours, The Lox's Money, Power, and Respect, and L Cool J's 432 1-inch had the hype building. In February '98, he dropped his first major label single, Get At Me Dog, which snagged the gold certification. His debut album, It's Dark and Hell Is Hot, hit the streets in May '98, including the hit Rough Riders Anthem. It soared to #1 on the Billboard 200, selling over 5 million copies. And DMX is a rare example of an artist who performed in front of a crowd of 300,000 people or more during one of the most legendary music festivals of all time, the Woodstock. His Rough Riders Anthem performance is iconic.
I don't hear you, I don't hear you, I don't hear you, I don't hear you. My dogs go, their dogs go, and here we go. First we had a light, now they like, my baby. My dogs go, their dogs go, and here we go. First we had a light, now they like, my baby.
In December '98, he followed it up with Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, also debuting at #1 and going multi-platinum. DMX became the only rapper at the time to have his first 2 consecutive #1 Billboard 200 albums within a year. His record got surpassed later, but we'll get to that. On December 21st, 1999, DMX dropped his 3rd album, and then there was X, another #1 debut. The standout single, Party Up, Up in Here, rocked the R&B charts and got a Grammy nod. The album went 6 times platinum and got nominated for Best Rap Album at the 2001 Grammy Awards. In 2000, DMX made a cameo in the Sum 41 music video for Makes No Difference. He didn't stop there. Late in the same year, he joined the Anger Management Tour with other heavy hitters in hip-hop and nu metal, sharing the stage with Limp Bizkit, Godsmack, and Sinistar. So after getting his legal ducks in a row, DMX hit the studio for his 4th album, The Great Depression. It dropped on October 23rd, 2001, making it his 4th album to debut at #1 on the Billboard 200. The singles Who We Be, We Right Here, and I Miss You were part of the mix. Despite the triple platinum certification, it didn't quite match the success of his previous album. In September 2003, DMX kept the hits coming with Grand Champ, his fifth album. Once again, it snagged the #1 spot on the Billboard 200. This album, featuring Where the Hood At and Get It on the Floor, was DMX's final one in his lifetime. He declared his retirement after its release. After some tussles with Def Jam, DMX made a move. In January 2006, he signed with Columbia Records, Def Jam's former parent company. This switch led to his sixth album, Year of the Dog, Again, which dropped on August 1st, 2006, and debuted at #2 on the Billboard 200. Singles like Lord Give Me a Sign and We In Here hit the scene. In June 2008, Def Jam released DMX's greatest hits album, The Definition of X, The Pick of the Litter. Then, in 2011, they dropped another compilation, The Best of DMX. During this time, DMX dabbled in preaching and even produced a gospel music album before his stint in jail. On October 11th, 2011, DMX rocked the stage at the BET Hip Hop Awards, announcing his work on his seventh album, Undisputed. Delays followed, but the album finally came out on September 11th, 2012, with production from Swizz Beatz and J.R. Rotem. Swizz Beatz spilled the beans that Kanye West and Dr. Dre were in the mix for DMX's eighth album. His 2003 track, X Gon' Give It To Ya, found its way into the film Deadpool in 2016. On June 28, 2016, DMX dropped a new track, Blood Red, and in January 2017, he released another one titled Bane Is Back, produced by Swizz Beatz. On September 20th, 2019, DMX made a triumphant return to Def Jam Recordings, signing a new deal. DMX's eighth and posthumous studio album, Exodus, came out on May 28, 2021 through Def Jam. Let's dig into the story of the short-lived but iconic hip-hop group Murder Inc., consisting of DMX, Jay-Z, and Ja Rule. Back in 1995, Irv Gotti formed Murder Inc., bringing together East Coast heavyweights Jay-Z, DMX, and Ja Rule. They officially hit the scene with Mick Geronimo's Time to Build, and later collaborated on Murdergram for Streets Is Watching. Despite their talent, the group's lifespan was cut short due to the intense feud between Jay-Z and DMX, fueled in part by their historic rap battle in the Bronx.
Jay and DMX battled for hours and guns were pulled out. And, it was very tense, but it was real hip hop. Nothing happened and we all kind of had admiration for each other because we had an equal amount of respect. It ended up being a tie. They said they won, we said we won, but it wasn't no clear-cut winner.
I still won, but I learned that during that battle. You know what I'm saying? I drove away from Baltimore just for that battle.
Irv Gotti spilled the beans on the group's demise, revealing they always had friction because they battled and X hated him. Gotti explained that Jay-Z initially dismissed DMX's music as depressing, but later, witnessing DMX's success with Gotti, he had a change of heart. The roots of the feud trace back to the early 90s, when Jay-Z and DMX faced off in a heated rap battle in a Bronx pool hall. Gotti acknowledged that DMX felt he didn't unequivocally win the battle, leading to lingering animosity. Ja Rule added, "We couldn't get X and J in the same room from long ago, their storied battle on the pool table, guns out, and all of that." Egos played a significant role in the downfall of the group. Post the Murder Inc. breakup, DMX didn't hold back, slamming Ja Rule and accusing him of copying his distinctive delivery style. He even dropped a diss track titled They Want War, where he called out Ja Rule. Despite the public feud, Ja Rule reportedly didn't respond to the diss. In a gesture of peace, after DMX's release from jail in 2005, Gotti approached him for reconciliation, and DMX agreed, saying, "All right, Gotti, let's do it." Murder Inc. produced only 2 singles, Murdergram and It's Murda, which didn't make massive waves commercially. However, hip-hop enthusiasts recognized the trio's chemistry, believing they had the potential to become one of the greatest rap groups of all time. The saga of Murder Inc. serves as a tale of immense talent, cut short by unresolved conflicts. Even though short-lived, this excursion already introduced the conflict that would exist between DMX and both Jay-Z and his close associate and friend, P. Diddy. Ever thought about how the behind-the-scenes battles for hip-hop heavyweights went down back in the day? Well, DMX spilled the beans during a recent chat on Noriega and DJ EFN's Drink Champs podcast back in 2016. DMX spilled the tea on getting the cold shoulder from Puffy Daddy back in the day, but true to X's style, he handled it with class. One thing I respect about Puff, real talk, is that he at least told me straight up what he thought, kicked off the Dark Man. After spitting a few bars, Puffy wasn't vibing with him, saying his voice was too rough.
He gave me the Puff, and one thing I respect about Puff, one thing I respect about him, and real shit, is that at least he told me to my face what he felt. And when D told Puff, he said, yo, if you like the loss, you're gonna love X. And I spit or whatever, and he was like, his voice is too rough, it's not marketable. Didn't like it, but I had to respect it.
He fucked up. Let's make some noise.
That little nugget of hip-hop history led Noreaga and DJ EFN to start a slow clap, and Nore declared, "Let's give it up for Puff messing up." But guess what? X got the last laugh. 3 weeks after signing with Def Jam, Puff had a change of heart and came back with an offer. He was like, "I'll double what they gave you and line your pockets," X recalled. But you know what? X was like, "Nah, I'm good." Fast forward, DMX unleashed his debut major label single, Get At Me Dog, went gold, and dropped 5 out of his 7 albums on Def Jam with Rough Riders Entertainment. The Diddy saga is turning into a wild ride every day. But guess what? He's not the Lone Ranger in the exposure game. Now the spotlight is shining on his longtime pal, Jay-Z. Recent reports spill the beans that DMX was one of the OGs in the industry who saw through both of them. In a recent interview, DMX claimed Diddy was messing around with his artists. Now, some peeps think DMX was tossing around the word graping as a metaphor for Diddy not coughing up enough cash for his artists. On the flip side, there are folks dead set on believing that X meant every word he said. DMX wasn't vibing with Diddy, and rumor has it, he caught wind of some shady stuff going on at Bad Boy. One fan even suggested that DMX spoke about how Diddy allegedly mistreated his artists, particularly mentioning Biggie. Now, people initially thought DMX might have been hinting that Diddy was taking all of Biggie's money. But considering the recent allegations surrounding Diddy, anything seems possible. Now, when it comes to DMX and Jay-Z, their history was tangled. Even though Jay publicly showed respect when X passed away, some folks claim X never fully trusted Jay. Allegedly, DMX thought Jay was shady and didn't want anyone else rising to the top. X even claimed that Jay messed with his 6th album because he was afraid of the competition. However, Jay-Z never admitted to that move. Right after DMX's passing in April 2021, Jay appeared on LeBron James' show The Shop, where LeBron asked him about DMX's legacy. Jay recalled boycotting the Grammys in '99 because DMX didn't get a nomination, emphasizing the bond of love despite the competition. Conveniently, Jay left out his part in playing the competitive game and allegedly messing with X's grind. In 2004, Jay-Z took the reins at Def Jam Records, and according to DMX, that's when things took a turn. Despite DMX repping Def Jam for years and dropping 5 chart-topping projects between '98 and '03, X claimed that Jay tried to throw a wrench into his 6th studio album, Year of the Dog. Again, in the world of hip-hop, it seems like there's more to the story than meets the eye, and the drama between DMX, Diddy, and Jay-Z adds another layer to the complex history of the industry.
What happened was, like I said, I had the crazy track record, Def Jam, everything was good. I go to do the 6th album, and
Jay-Z became president.
Yeah. When he first got the job, he hit me with the call like, "Yo, dog, inmates is running the building." Like, "Yo, you good?" Finish the album, shoot the video. What happened? Niggas go on vacation and, we don't know. What you mean you don't know? How do you listen to a whole album, pick a single, shoot a video, then don't know? Okay, I see what's really good. You're trying to eliminate the competition. Because at first you retire, then get me off the label, now you back rapping again.
This was the moment when DMX saw through Jay's game. It became clear that Jay was all about his own moves, not caring about anyone else unless it fit his plan. So, X bounced from Def Jam and struck a deal with Columbia Records. But wait, there's more to why DMX had serious doubts about trusting Jay, and it's all connected to Jay's ties with the shady higher-ups in the industry who truly call the shots. Both Jay and DMX left an indelible mark on the culture and music scene. but their business approaches differed. Unlike Jay-Z, X always kept it real, calling out how label owners grip artists tight, and he wasn't about to bend for them. Not figuratively and not literally. Now, Jay-Z, he's been making industry maneuvers from the get-go, and over the years, accusations piled up about him turning his back on close associates. One of those associates is Rockefeller co-founder Dame Dash, who went public claiming Jay-Z was cozying up to bigwigs in the music business and turned on them. In 2021, Dame was looking to sell his shares in Rockefeller, and Jay offered him a measly $1.5 million. Dame felt disrespected, so in response, he and his crew tried to auction Jay's debut album, Reasonable Doubt, as an NFT. Following that move, Rockefeller filed a lawsuit, but Dame fired back, saying he wasn't trying to sell a slice of that project. Dame saw through the corporate games and how they were trying to mess with the narrative. Even though they wrapped up the lawsuit in 2022, Dame wasn't done speaking up. He straight up called Jay out, saying Jay did him dirty for that cash. Dame was basically pointing out that corporate big shots in the music business got into Jay's ear and convinced him to turn his back on their partnership. It's the usual story. They make one sell out the other, divide and conquer. But that's not all. Dame started naming names, and one person he put on blast was none other than Lyor Cohen, a heavyweight in the music scene, and Jay-Z's close friend who we've already mentioned. Lyor and Jay have been tight for ages, and Jay even named Lyor as his mentor. But word on the street is that Lyor was to Jay-Z what Clive Davis was to Diddy, if you catch my drift. Lyor Cohen has found himself entangled in a web of drama over time. Dame publicly called him out, accusing him of intentionally using the divide and conquer method to pit black artists and moguls against each other. The crazy part? When Lear appeared on The Breakfast Club in 2018, he talked about the opioid crisis and expressed sadness over DMX's struggles with substances. However, when Charlemagne asked Lear why he keeps supporting artists promoting the drug culture, despite being aware of the crisis, Lyor candidly responded, "That's just how the business rolls." Talk about a contradiction in the industry's approach to serious issues. This fact right here is a whole lesson on the kind of influence figures like Lear wield in the music scene, highlighting the weight of their power in the industry. Anyway, when Lyor's words about Dame went viral, Dame hit back on Instagram, stating that Lyor essentially proved his entire point. Dame wrote, "Thanks for this, Lyor Cohen, for proving my point in true culture vulture form. They make money off of us and then try to erase our true history, acting like the real ones never existed. He pays his bills at the expense of us." The big question, according to Dame, is why Lyor can't sell any rock music and why he can't align with his own culture. Dame called out people like Lyor, saying, "Stop fronting, all my people laugh at you now." Now, you might be wondering how this connects to DMX. Allegedly, Lyor was the one who influenced Jay-Z to interfere with X's 6th album. But here's where it gets wilder. When DMX passed away, Lyor said some disrespectful stuff about him at his own funeral. DMX's send-off took place in Brooklyn on April 25th, 2021, with industry big names giving speeches. Lyor was supposed to be there but couldn't be bothered to show up in person. Instead, he sent in a recording where he talked about how DMX was a good dude. But then out of nowhere, Lyor dropped the bomb, calling DMX a gremlin.
We win battles that we don't even have to fight because God fights them for us. This is the day, the set time and designated moment for us to experience the free favors of God that profusely and lavishly abound on our behalf. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen and amen.
In conclusion, the intertwining stories of DMX, Jay-Z, and the music industry's key players reveal a complex tapestry of power, influence, and rivalry. From the rise and fall of Murder Inc. to the behind-the-scenes maneuvers at major record labels, it's evident that the music business is not just about creating hits. It's a landscape where egos clash, alliances shift, and loyalty is tested. Dame Dash's accusations against Jay-Z and the revelations about Lyor Cohen's role in influencing album releases shed light on the murky side of the industry. The divide and conquer strategy, as exposed by Dame, becomes a stark reminder of how personal and professional relationships can be manipulated for the benefit of those in power. DMX's journey, marked by battles against exploitation and mistreatment, exemplifies the challenges artists face in maintaining authenticity within a system driven by profit. The The controversies surrounding Jay-Z's actions during his tenure at Def Jam and his alleged interference with DMX's projects add layers to the narrative, questioning the ethical dimensions of success in the music business. As we reflect on these revelations, it's clear that the music industry, despite its glamorous facade, has shadows and complexities that often remain hidden from the public eye. The legacy of DMX, Jay-Z, and their peers serves as a testament to the resilience required to navigate the treacherous waters of fame and fortune. Their stories continue to unravel, leaving us with a deeper understanding of the dynamics shaping the world behind the music.
Yeah, as far as DMX exposing the list of rappers that Diddy got up out of here, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that DMX would know. It doesn't surprise me that DMX would know about these certain situations, because if you remember, even Keefe D came out earlier this year. Earlier last year, sorry. Well, at the end of last year, at the end of the last year, 2023, Keefe D came out and said, yeah, like, Diddy was part of this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Diddy, he paid for this he was supposed to pay for this to take place. The whole situation with Tupac. You get what I'm saying? And so, sorry, there's something in my chest, but if he was willing to go that far, as allegedly, as Keefe D pretty much, you know what I mean? If Keefe D is currently in jail right now for this exact same thing. So it's pretty unlikely that Keefe D was making this stuff up, because he just got convicted for everything he told on his own self about. You get what I mean? Like, he just got convicted for he told on himself too, and he just got convicted for everything he told on himself about. So I doubt, Keefe D told everything about himself that was true, everything that would incriminate himself and implicate himself in this situation, and then would lie about Diddy. Like, nah, bro. I mean, like, you're gonna maximize your role in the situation, and then you're gonna lie about someone else's role. Nah, bro. You don't maximize your role in an incriminating way, and then make up someone else's role in the situation who wasn't even a part of it. It just doesn't make sense. Like, if you're gonna incriminate yourself like that, then everything you're saying is true. Or allegedly, at least from my opinion, that's how I feel like it. Like, I feel like, if you're gonna incriminate yourself in the way that Keefe D said, in the way that Keefe D did, I feel like everything he's saying has validity there. Like, there's no way. If the parts that were incriminating him were true, then everything else must be, there's something there with that. You get what I'm saying? So we already know what the situation with Diddy and Tupac. We know Diddy is like, we know there's a list there. We know that Diddy, back in the day, before these things could come to the light much easier, there's no telling that he may have stopped doing that. There's no telling. There's no telling if he may have stopped doing these types of things or not. But we know from certain situations that this is not something that, we should put past Diddy. That's what I would say. I wouldn't put anything past Diddy. I wouldn't put a list of rappers that had to get up out of here from Diddy. I wouldn't put that past them. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put it past him for him to, like, try to make those moves and make those things happen. So as far as DMX exposing something like that, he probably knew about those situations. You know what I mean? They said that people in Cali on the East Coast knew about the situations. You know what I mean? Like, they immediately knew. You know what I mean? Like, people in the streets, they knew. No one told the cops. Like, no one told. You know what I mean? That's why no one's ever been able to find out. Because those guys back then, I guess they were just super solid or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? They was not telling. I don't know what it was, but they really believed in that no telling type stuff. They really believed in that. So no one told. Literally no one at all. No one. You know what I mean? Like, no, not a soul. So the police couldn't figure it out. But yeah, basically, I'm just saying, like, basically, my opinion on it, as far as the video goes, as far as everything that we've seen here, I feel like, yes, I based off the things we've seen, I could see it taking place. I could see a list like that, such as maybe names like Biggie Smalls, like Tupac, like we just said. We know about Kim Porter. You know what I mean? She's not a rapper, but we know about Kim Porter. You know what I mean? Like, bro, there's reason to assume some of these things. You know what I mean? There's definitely something there. That's what I would say, okay? And as far as the situation with Jay-Z, Lyor Cohen, Dame Dash, which intertwines into DMX's situation. Yeah, I mean, dude, when you sell your soul, you know, you have to compromise yourself to whatever type of, once you sell your soul, once you've chosen that, you know, you're going to enter through that Faustian bargain, you have to make that compromise. So Jay-Z, he had to make that compromise. He couldn't go against Lyor Cohen, or he would have been done for. And I'm not talking about his career. No, I'm talking about his existence. He would have been literally done for. Do you understand? Like, I don't think you're understanding what I'm telling you right now. Like, if Jay-Z did not listen to Lyor Cohen after he made that Faustian bargain, after he took that, this is all alleged, but after he took that oath, after he made that Faustian bargain, okay? After he entered through that pact whereby someone trades something of supreme moral or spiritual importance, such as personal values of the soul, for worldly or material benefits, such as knowledge, power, or riches, to enrich thyself. Once he entered that bargain, everything was all up from there. He made a pledge. He pledged to a demonic spirit that he would comply. Yes. Like, I don't think y'all guys get how serious this is. Yes, there are demonic spirits out in the world that can actually manifest themselves, and they can touch you right now. They're just not going to do it to you because you haven't done anything, but yes, if you enter one of these deals, yes, these demonic spirits, they can manifest. They can make a deal with you. Yes, they can touch you physically. Yes, they can harm you physically. Yes, they can possess you physically. Yes, okay? So if you don't comply, this is what happens, okay? Remember when Kanye was saying all that stuff about certain groups of people, and basically this dude came out and said, you know, he was saying stuff about powerful groups of people who control a lot of media and entertainment, i.e., you know what I'm saying? Yeah, when he was talking about them, one of his handlers came out, and Kanye actually said this himself. I'm not making this up. I could never make this up. I swear to you, I couldn't make this up. Kanye literally showed on his phone, he showed the messages, bro, of the handler. And like he said, he showed the handler's name and everything. He said the guy's name. And the guy was saying that he would medicate Kanye and bring him to zombie land forever. And if Kanye didn't stop saying what he was saying about those powerful groups of people that we talked about earlier who control all of media and entertainment and all of finance, okay? And he said, if you don't retract these claims and stop saying this stuff, we're going to medicate you and put you in the zombie land forever, which means you're never coming back. You're done. That's over. You're finished. Finished. Do you hear me? You're finished. Okay? And basically what they're doing in that case, and Kanye said he even acknowledged it, like basically what they're doing in that case is they're putting you under MK Ultra, okay? They're putting you under MK Ultra, and then after you're under the MK Ultra, they can have a demonic spirit enter your body, and that demonic spirit can actually operate your body, and then you're put into the back. You're taking a back seat in your own body. You're taking the back seat. You're seeing from your eyes, but you can't operate. So yes, you can see from your eyes. You're still awake. You're conscious this whole time. Yes, bro. You're conscious this whole time. The MK Ultra just pushes your mind to the back seat. That's all it does. It pushes your consciousness to the back seat so that you can't operate your body. And that's why you see the celebrities start twitching out and they like start malfunctioning, because that's the glitch, bro. Like that's the glitch. Like that's gonna happen when you transfer someone's consciousness from the front of their when you transfer someone's consciousness from the front of their mind to the back seat of their to the back seat where like basically where they're in the back of their eyes and they're in that passenger seat. They're a passenger in their body. There's someone else operating, but they're sitting and they can see the same point of view. Do you get what I'm saying? You get the picture I'm trying to paint for you guys? So this is why you see the glitch when MK Ultra happens. When they turn on the MK Ultra, when they say the phrase, when the activation phrase for the MK Ultra, the person will glitch. They'll glitch because their consciousness is getting moved to the back of their to the back. Okay, they're getting put in the passenger seat. Their consciousness is getting put inside of the passenger seat, and they're gonna glitch because your consciousness is not supposed to move to a passenger seat, bro. That's never supposed to happen. Okay, so your body's gonna glitch when that happens because it's something that's never ever supposed to take place. You know what I mean? So to your body, this is never supposed to happen, bro. Nothing spiritual, like there's no good spiritual thing. There's no meditation that you can do for this. Like this has to be evilly done. This has to be done through an evil means of MK Ultra, through a means of MK Ultra. This cannot be done through a normal meditation cycle. Okay? No, this cannot be achieved naturally. This is something very evil and demonic. Okay? I need y'all to know this. And this is ritualistic. And so they mention the activation phrase. You freeze. Your consciousness gets put in the passenger seat. You're put in the passenger seat. then the demonic spirit is entering you. So now you're still glitching. The demonic spirit is entering you, and then they start to get their consciousness back. When the demonic spirit, not the person, but they look like they've gotten their consciousness back. They're still in the passenger seat. But once the demonic spirit is in their body, you got to remember all demonic spirits are human. You need to know that. Like every demonic spirit was a human before. There's no like random creature of demonic spirits. Like, no. I know that they say they look like goats and stuff, but they do that to, well, I'm not going to speak on exactly why they do that because I don't want a problem. But I think they do that to scare people mostly. You know, or because they know that that's very threatening to people. You know what I mean? That goat guy looks very, very threatening. Like, what the hell? You're like a 6'6" goat man? What? Nah, this is pretty odd, bro. This is weird. So, yeah, so they know that that goat thing is like mad threatening, that muscular goat. So I think that's why they manifest like that. But the demon, when it enters your body, it basically every demon is human, like I said, right? Like only a human, the reason I said that too is because only a human would be capable of doing something demonic in nature. I know this is getting long, but I'm gonna end it after this. But only a human is capable of doing something demonic in nature. Okay, so every demonic spirit is a human spirit. It's a human. Only humans are capable of doing something demonic. Only humans are capable of being demonic and doing satanic things and doing things that cruel and that evil to people. Humans are the most evil thing in existence. Okay, and they're the only thing that evil. We're the only thing that's this evil. Yes, like we're the most evil being that could ever be a thing. Yes, bro, and that's why humans turn into demonic spirits. Humans are the most evil thing that could ever exist. Yes, there could never be something worse than a human. Never. Because humans they have the most capability of doing the most evil, the most sinister deeds. Humans do the most sinister deeds. Think about the most sick thing you've ever heard of happening. It was a human who committed that deed. Yeah, humans are the sickest things, okay? I'm not saying all humans are like this, but I'm just saying that, yes, as far as like creatures, humans are the most sick and the most twisted and the most weird and off. Yo, like humans are just the most off. Like they're the ones who are demonic. There's no other animal that could be a demon other than a human. Okay. So, yeah, so that's the thing. So when they gain consciousness inside of the MK Ultra body, when the demon gets full control of the MK Ultra body, it looks like their person is gaining consciousness again, but they're not. It's just the demonic spirit inside of them. Obviously, a demonic spirit was a human, so they know how to make a human look human. Like it's natural. It's natural. They don't know anything else. You know what I mean? So yeah, y'all, that's how it breaks down. And so that is the whole situation. And so that's why Jay-Z had to listen to Lear Cohen. That's why he had to backstab Dame Dash. He made that deal. He entered through that in that bargain, and that's how it went. You know, it all goes back to that. And yeah, I mean, I see why certain situations are how they are. You know what I mean? I see why it's like that. Because if you enter certain deals, then you're gonna be compromised. You're gonna have to listen. Oh yeah. No, you're gonna listen. You're gonna listen. Trust me, you're gonna listen. And if you don't listen, you'll find out. They got something good for you. It's called get down or lay down. You're not gonna get down with the program. Then we're gonna lay you to rest forever. Yeah. Good luck with that, buddy. Good luck with that. Yeah. 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 So that's how it works. Yeah. So yeah, y'all, let me know what y'all thoughts are. What do you think about the video? Do you disagree with the points that are brought up in the video? Do you agree with the points that are brought up in the video? Do you disagree with the points that I made, or do you agree with the points that I made? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, like the video. It says that 50 to like 70% of y'all are not subscribed to the channel, which is obviously mad. I mean, that's ludicrous. That's I don't even know how to, I can't even make a word for how just insane that is, for just, you know, because this is the most important message that you guys are ever going to hear. This is the most important message that will ever exist in history. Okay, this message that is going to enlighten the youth, this message that is going to, you know, change future generations, this is the message that is going to do that, you know. So you guys supporting this message, it really does mean everything to the people who do support, the people who are liking, commenting, the people who are subscribed. Y'all have notifications on. My heart goes out to y'all. Like, literally, y'all don't know how much it means to not only me, but to this entire universe, to this entire world, to this entire existence, that this content is going to flourish because you guys are supporting it. You guys are supporting this message. This message is going to enlighten the youth. You guys are doing that. That's you guys. You understand? I'm just a messenger. Without you guys, I don't have anything. I can't do anything without you guys. I need your help. Like, I don't know. I don't want to come off like crazy, but I got to ask for your help as, you know what I mean? As a brother to y'all, I'm asking for my people to help me out so that I can get this message out there, so that I can help wake these people up. Because if I can't wake these people up, who's going to wake these people up? If we can't wake these people up together as a community, then who's going to wake these people up? Who's going to do this? How is the message going to get out there? How are people going to learn about the truth about this real society, about the truth about how things are going on, about the truth about the agendas that are being pushed on their children in their face, and the things that are going to affect them and affect the future generations? How can they learn about this? And how can they learn about the informed decisions to make the correct decisions that are not going to land them in compromised positions? Bars. How can they learn that if me and you guys are not out here pushing the message? This is why I say, if you have a cousin, you have a sibling, you have a mother, a father, anyone, if you know anyone who is open-minded, who's willing to hear the truth, and maybe it just takes something, just as far as even just a video like this, to open their mind and get them all the way there, you know what I mean, where they're enlightened and they're on it and they're, you know what I mean? I gotta ask y'all another favor. If y'all can share this video, you know what I mean? If you know anyone, if you could share this video, it means the world to me. You know what I mean? It means the world to this world. Not just to me, but to this world. It means the world to your children, to the future generations. It means the world to everything, dude. It's going to be the determining factor of if the society collapses or not. Like, I don't think you understand how monumental of a decision this is right here. This is everything. This decision is the most important decision that you will ever make as far as what will affect the entire world. Obviously, there's decisions that you'll make in your own life that are going to be different. You know what I mean? Those are different situations. Obviously, your own life is your own life. But as far as what you're going to do that's going to have an impact on the entire world, that's going to have an impact on future generations, this is it. This is the decision that's going to make it for you. Sharing that video, liking this video, subscribing, turning on notifications. That's what's going to move things forward. That's what's going to move the needle forward so that we can get this message out there, so that these people can wake up, so that they don't have to be deceived and put in these compromised decisions, so that they don't have to sell their soul and do what Jay-Z did. Okay? But yeah, y'all. If you enjoyed the video, like the video. Snow's right here. Be easy, y'all.